Greetings, comrades. We want to take this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2024. A-level results are out in Zimbabwe. The ZIMSEC results are out. 28,900 students set for the examinations in 2024 in Zimbabwe. 27,509 scored an E grade. That is those that wrote two or more than two subjects, two or more scored 27. Where 27,509 scored an E, representing a 95.19%. That is the pass rate for A-level Zimbabwe ZIMSEC. We want to congratulate them for the work they did. We also want to encourage those who did not achieve the pass mark that it is not the end of the world. Some will need to go back to school to repeat. Some will then find other things to do. It is not the end of the world. The matriculants of 2024 who wrote also did very well in South Africa. The pass rate is 87.3%. We want to congratulate them as well for a job well done. And again, we say those that did not pass, it is not the end of the world. Life continues. As I've already said, that some will have to rewrite in 2025. Some might not be able to write for one reason or another, but it is not the end of the world. We know, of course, that there are challenges for those that would have passed. That is the 95.19% in Zimbabwe, who constitutes 27,509, will find it difficult, particularly those from working class communities, will find it difficult to access college or university education. It is really, really difficult. We wish that our government was to assist these students so that they continue with their academic work in 2025. Same goes to those that wrote matric in 2024, who are part of the 87.3%. We hope they will continue with their studies. Those that want to continue with their studies, going to college, going to university in 2025, particularly those again from working class communities and in rural areas, because students from these communities, the working class and the rural communities, find it difficult to access higher education because of the expenses that are involved. In that, in some cases, people do not get the support structure, financial support. But in South Africa, of course, there is support. NASFAS does support, but not everyone do qualify. But we hope that the majority of them will be accommodated so that they continue with their academic work. And we know that in South Africa, amongst the 87.3%, there are, of course, those from migrant communities. We expect that they should not be discriminated, but of course, there's no structure, financial support structure for such students, because we know that some whose parents work as domestic workers, some whose parents work as domestic workers, if they pass matric, their parents are unable to pay for their college or university fees, making it difficult for them to continue, and that they would not qualify for government assistance. That is government funding, bursaries, and so forth. We hope that a solution is found so that no one gets discriminated. I know that it's an issue that is problematic, but we should get to a stage. We should get to a stage where we do not discriminate against one another based on nationality, because one is migrant. One should not go to university simply because he's a migrant or is born to migrant parents. We come from a dark past where black people were excluded from education. The quality of education that was given to black people in Rhodesia, in South Africa, and the rest of the African continent was substandard, because quality education was reserved for whites. So we should not then turn around and say we've defeated the apartheid, we've defeated colonialism, we've dismantled the education that was built along racial lines, and then we turn around and say because you are a Zimbabwean, you are a Mozambican, you are a Nigerian, you are a Sudanese, you cannot be assisted, even though you are born to migrant parents in South Africa. It should not be the case. It should not be the case also in Zimbabwe that those that qualify for presidential scholarship are from families of ZANU-PF. It should not be the case. If kids wrote their exams, they excelled. It doesn't matter whether their parents belong to the opposition. People should not be discriminated because of the political association or political beliefs of their own parents or their own political beliefs as well. They are Zimbabwean, they remain Zimbabwean, and it is the government of Zimbabwe. So we expect that the government of Zimbabwe will not discriminate on the basis that these are from families of the opposition, therefore they will not qualify for scholarships. It should not be the case. Again, the issue of ethnicity should not be raised to say because we are from Matebele land, therefore you cannot qualify. It should not be the case. So we must begin to understand that we are all Zimbabweans. Every Zimbabwean child who did well at school, irrespective of their family background and their beliefs, political beliefs, even religious beliefs, should not be prevented to further their academic studies simply because of their family origins. So it should be the case again in South Africa that irrespective of the nationality of their parents, children that did well in matric must be supported. That's the society that we want to build. And I'm sure that the Young Communist League of South Africa will take up this issue to ensure that there's no one who's discriminated in South Africa on the basis of nationality. We are still building the Young Communist League in Zimbabwe, and it should indeed be confronting these issues. That is the role of young communities, because young communities must ensure that young people go to school. That is the key role of the young communists, that must ensure that young people go to school. Che Guevara taught us that one of the things that young people must do is to learn. I know that the Young Communist League of South Africa has a campaign, The Right to Learn, and I've seen them mobilizing other progressive formations to ensure that no one is denied the right. And this should extend to those that are from migrant communities who have done well in the 2024 matric examination, so that they continue with their academic work or academic career. Please like this video. Let's continue to engage. And once again, congratulations to those that passed, and we encourage those that did not pass that it is not the end of the world. Otherwise, have a great day. Goodbye.